guys, I don't know what it is about me this past couple of months. I have just been so out of sync. I used to be a machine when it came to the first of the month. I'd be filming my rankings, I'd be filming my haul videos, and I don't know what's happened. I think summer has taken over my brain, but here I am with my July eyeshadow palette ranking video. We have 13 palettes to rank, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So let's go ahead and get into it. If this happens to be your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, it's about to be crazy with all the fall launches, but summer is still holding on here in Fargo, so let's go ahead and dive into the palettes I tried out in the month of July. We have 13 palettes, and I'm gonna start off really bad. Like, this is like the car crash, okay? So 13th place goes to the Mini Gloom palette from Natasha Denona, and I mean, what can I say? This palette, I really wish I hadn't even spent the little bit of money that I did on this. I can't remember, what are these, like $29 now? I can't remember, I'm sorry. I know they're under $30, but I know they're more than $20, so they're not exactly cheap or affordable. I feel like if this had some banging neutral shades that you could use all the time, then I could justify this, but for me, this palette was such a miss. I feel like even the mattes weren't that great, and the shimmers were very bland, so I guess it stuck true to its name, but I was pretty disappointed in this palette, and I kind of wish I could get my money back. Okay, in 12th and 11th place, I have two Sydney Grace palettes. These are part of their July sale, and they did send these to me, and don't get me wrong, the quality is amazing. I'm ranking these lower just because of the color story. So Desert Bloom came in the 12th spot, and this is a really pretty warm tone eyeshadow palette, and I don't know, I just thought it was fine. I wasn't blown away by the color story by any means, so that's why I'm ranking it lower. I know so many of you love Sydney Grace, and I'm not here to shame anyone because their quality is excellent. I just prefer more colorful palettes, so that's why I'm ranking it at number 12, and then same for the Cozy Cafe. This is a really pretty color story. It's kind of cool tone vibes. I really know how much you guys love these palettes. I think both sold out when they launched on the Sydney Grace website, and I'm super grateful for them for sending those my way. I just don't love the color stories that much, so that's why we're ranking them the way we did. And then in 10th place, I thought this was a cute palette. It's a great everyday palette, but when it comes to sparking my creativity or being a really great palette as far as formula goes, I'm gonna give this a C. So in 10th place is the Lancome, what is this called? The Idole Cafe Crush palette. I don't really know what possessed me to buy this one. I did pick this up with my own money as well, and it's kind of a dull palette, but it's great for every day. Like, if you're somebody that just wants some solid shimmers and some neutrals to throw in your crease and go, this is going to be a great palette for that. And so I feel like it has its place in the world. It's just ranking a little bit lower because I'm just not that into the color story. Same with this one. I think you guys are going to be shocked to see a Blend Bunny palette in 9th place, but this is the Blend Bunny Eye and Face palette. This is round 2 with Ellis. The packaging, 10 out of 10. The color story, I get why they did this, but as a standalone palette in my collection, it's not really gonna be ranking that high up. It's an all matte neutral palette with tons and tons of options. They also created this as 2 palettes, which I thought was very smart. So if you wanted the more cool tone shades, you could just buy the cool tone palette. And if you wanted the more neutrally warm shades, then you could grab the warm tones. They did send me the big one, which makes sense because then I have all the shades and I don't have 2 palettes. But yeah, you can also mix this and match and create a custom palette. Pair it with their Garden of Stars palette to create very fun, versatile looks. But as a standalone palette, this one is ranking at number 9. And then we have another palette that I feel like you guys are going to be shocked about. This is in 8th place, and you guys know how much I love Cosmic Beauty, but I am just not a cool tone girl. So this is their Smolder palette, which I believe is kind of a more middle of the road kind of version. It was supposed to fit in between their neutrals and cool trolls palette. So I get it. It's subtle, it's stunning. Again, the shimmers are beautiful. beautiful. I really like the looks I created with this palette. I should actually scooch over just a little bit because I do like to add my reels and stuff that I use to create looks with all of the palettes in my rankings if I have any. So yeah, hopefully I can put them in this space. But this palette, I was able to create really beautiful looks, but just objectively looking at it, I was like, oh no, it's so boring. It's not. It's just how I feel. So keep that in mind. And then in 7th place, this is so cute. So this is another collab palette between DD's Signature and Miriam Tutorials. And this is the Golden Tides palette. And you know, this palette came at a time where I didn't even know how much I missed a 9-pan color story. And I was like, you know, this is cute. You don't need to have a 20-pan palette to have a very cohesive color story. This one is so true to Miriam Tutorials. She also uses these shades on her face. So she makes this a very versatile palette. She's got tons of looks with this. We've got 6 mattes and 3 shimmers, and they all pair really well together. You can do a neutral look easily. You can do a cute blue look. Definitely goes with the theme of like a sunset vibe, and I think they did a really good job with this palette. I feel like DD has been killing it with all the exciting launches, and I'm so happy to see how far they've come. Next is number 6. This is the other half of the Ellis Atlantis and Blend Money collab. So this is the Garden of Stars palette, and I'm ranking this at number 6 because it's an all shimmer palette. I think this one sold out. I think I heard people screaming from wherever they were when they saw that this was sold out and they couldn't get their hands on it, but it's a beautiful all shimmer palette, and I believe it was quite affordable too. I did have a couple of casualties, but I was able to just press those in. So yeah, a really pretty all shimmer palette. I will be very honest, I don't always reach for all shimmer palettes. I think especially if I'm just trying to do a quick look, it's easier for me to grab a palette with some mattes and shimmers, but overall that is a stunning palette. This one was such an unexpected buy, but I was so excited that Beauty Bay came out with a 20-pan palette that I actually wanted. So this is Desert Haze, and I think a lot of you compared this to the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, and I think in my video I did do some swatch comparisons, and I will say, since it looks like Natasha Denona is never planning on bringing back her Metropolis palette, this actually does do a good job of duping a lot of the shades in that palette. That palette is one of the greatest palettes of all time, in my opinion. And if you want to snag their Wilderness palette, which was such a hit, they are celebrating their 7-year anniversary. So you could grab this one, you could grab that one. I am a big fan of free shipping, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by this palette. Overall, the color story is beautiful, and they have such good quality eyeshadow, so I'm very happy to have this in my collection. Okay, next is number 4, and I gave it to the Cobra palette from Clarity. I can't not rank a green palette high, but this was a number 1 because I think it's missing a lighter shade. So it has the most beautiful intense mattes and shimmers, but to kind of dilute some of these shades, I wish we had like a lime green or just even a pastel green would have been really helpful, because a lot of the shades in this palette lean a lot darker. I love the eye look I created with this palette, and Clarity does have a pretty solid formula, so that's why I'm ranking it in the 4th place. Okay, in 3rd place we have the Adept EBE's palette, and I thought this was a really cute fall color story. It's a lot more neutral than I expected, and I did buy this one with my own money. I just love Adept shimmer shades. They have the most shifty shades, and I feel like they just do such a good job with their color stories. They're also doing this like plastic packaging, which looks very much like Natasha Denona packaging. So very elevated indie brand right here. And yeah, just opening this and seeing the shades is just like making me salivate a little. So 1st and 2nd honestly could have been a tie, but I looked at these last night when I was doing my ranking and I was like, okay, I feel like one has better colors for me. So I did decide side. So in second place, I'm going to give it to the Bonfire palette. I love the look I did with this. Glaminatrix has just been killing it in 2025. Oh my gosh, I love these neutrally color stories that are a little bit more fall, and then they have these punchy greens in them. So this one I feel like is a palette of quads. So you have like a green moment, a more pumpkin spice moment, and then for the cool tone girlies, we have that. You can also treat them like duos, so it is laid out really well. These are magnetic, and I did see that Glaminatrix is now going to start shipping through Unearthly and their warehouse in the US. So for a second there, I was really bummed because they have a new palette coming out called Crown Legacy. I did see a sneak peek posted, and I'm like, oh my god, I need those purples. So I did see they're shipping it to me. I cannot wait to play with that palette. Glaminatrix has been one of the brands that has just been nailing every release in 2025. And to keep with the theme, I had to give first place for July to the Grounded palette from Glaminatrix. Now, they had, I think, planned the Grounded palette, but then they released a Tones of Turd as a April Fool's joke, and everybody was like, no, release it. So they did do a batch of Tones of Turds and Grounded, and they let you pick which one. Both have the same color story, but different outer packaging. And I think this palette is beautiful. I love these tones. It's like a spiced up neutral palette. I love the mucky greens. Their shimmers are so wonderful. I mean, you're gonna see the eye look, and you're gonna see how sparkly these shadows are. So I feel like Glaminatrix is definitely one of my favorite indie brands for 2025. They've always been one of my top favorites, but this year they've really impressed me. Okay friends, so that is it for my July 2025 eyeshadow palette ranking video. I know this is a little bit late, but I sincerely believe better late than never, so I figured I would go ahead and film this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I only tried like 4 palettes in the month of August, so I'll probably combine August with September. I don't know what to expect, but I feel like indie brands are really gearing up for September. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. If you have a little bit more time, check out some of my other videos. And if you're wondering what's on my eyes, it's coming soon. It hasn't been announced yet, but I'm sure you guys are gonna love it. Have a good day, y'all. Bye for now.